Week 15 of the NFL. And we've got Pat Surtain. He's been one of the NFL's best ball hawks this season with 9 interceptions. It's the Lions and the Broncos next on EA Sports.
Ready to get us started here, Riley Patterson. And we are underway from Ford Field. On the return, Tremont Smith. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the man who proclaims to be from a whole pack of Badgers. Came into the league back in 2012, Russell Wilson.
There's a lot of good to watch in the game last week, wasn't there? I mean, he did throw 2 touchdown passes. That was impressive. And he's so close, isn't he? The 3 interceptions killed him and his team. That was costly. If he just cleans that up a little bit, there's a reason for optimism with this team and this passer.
Holding offense.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. They go play action now. Wilson. They'll roll him out right. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a first. Take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line. And here are the key inactives for them in this one. And obviously, Charles, are going to be without some important names this week.
Well, hopefully those guys will be on the sidelines encouraging the guys who are going out there and helping them when they come off the sidelines during the game by giving them some tips on what they see and what they've experienced. That's true teamwork. And if you want to get to the playoffs, if you want to have a big push, you have to have that on your squad.
Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down and 6. Well, this defense for the Lions, they were terrific a week ago in that win over Detroit.
This defense certainly has a lot to be proud of coming off of last week's game, because when you only give up 14 points in a contest, you give your team a great chance to win. The best defense in the league is usually going to average giving up 18, 19 points a game. So to be under that, a terrific achievement.
Now a 3rd and 6. They snap it at 1. Now Wilson. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down. The Broncos at 3-10 now on the year. They were losers their last time out. Try to get back in the win column, but obviously not an easy task here in a hostile environment.
Yeah, always tough to win away from home. But sometimes what you do is you use these types of games as bonding experiences and carry that into the contest.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. You talk about this Lions defense. They put together a strong effort last week in the win over the Bears, CD.
This defense has a lot to be proud of coming off of the game they played last week. When you only give up 14 points in a game, not only do you give your team a chance to win, you fully expect to win because you figure your offense is going to score more than that.
That he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. 27 yards there, a first down. They go play action with Wilson. He'll buy some time right. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
I'm actually looking at this play with defensive eyes here, partner, because they were still laser focused on him after his earlier exploits on this drive. I think they went back to the well just a little bit too soon. He got across the line of scrimmage, but they certainly weren't giving up much more than that.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive, but this is 3rd down. Here's Wilson. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Kirby Joseph. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions. Can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
After the interception, here's Goff. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it's second down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Now a play fake, and it's Goff. Complete to Wright.
That was an okay hookup there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up third down.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Now it's Goff. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And in for the Lions touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Lions take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. From his end zone, here's Tremon Smith. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Now Wilson on second down. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. It's Brian Branch with it, and he will bring it back. An interception return for the Lions touchdown. Patterson now for the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The road ahead a little bit more difficult now after that pick 6. So dealing with his deficit here, we'll see if he can try to make amends on this drive. 1st and 10. Wilson and the Broncos now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll hand this to Williams to start things out. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now it's Wilson. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Lions will take over. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Drive starts with a run from Gibbs. It's a room to maneuver. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. Final 30 seconds of this first quarter, and it's been a quarter dominated by the guys with the football. Play action. It's gone. And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. First down Lions on a pickup of 13. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. Pretty nice aggressive run there before being brought down just inside of the 30. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Goff on 3rd down. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
Patterson's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first-half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps, and the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. You know, Charles, season winding down, time to maybe look ahead to the offseason. What do you see these guys going after either in the draft or free agency?
Well, with the season that they're having, just about every position is up for grabs right now. No one is really safe, but the focal point's always the quarterback position. And he may be auditioning to try and stay with his own current team. I think he's auditioning for the rest of the league to try and find a spot because I think this team is looking for a new quarterback.
Here now, 2nd and 4. Play action. Now Wilson rolling to his right. This one into the hands of Burton. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Denver has the first down, the play going for 15 yards.
And this is something you don't see too much of. Fullbacks trying to stretch the field. But he does a nice job there getting lost out in space and comes up with a really nice gain.
Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Play action. It's Wilson. And this one's incomplete.
Martin, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with. Some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting the 50% thus far.
Certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. The Broncos on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Wilson will throw again. Sliding out of the pocket. Yeah, this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion, and defensively pure frustration. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. To throw is Wilson. A throw over the middle, taken in by Troutman. And he's taken down inside the 30. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down. Here's Wilson. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Offense is all over, continue to be aggressive, and most people never turn down a shot at a deep ball. But oftentimes, it attracts a little bit of extra attention, and it did on that play, and that one got knocked away.
Now Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in
Season
December,
of giving.
right? It is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that will bring up second down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Oh, and the hard count might have got him. This might be a first down.
Encroachment defense.
So jumping from his free safety spot.
That tells you how aggressive they are on defense, doesn't it? They get everyone involved. He was a little too fast on that play.
Good work that time to get him to jump, and now here's 1st and 10. They'll try the middle with Montgomery. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Goff now looks to throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
He's second in the NFL in interceptions, and you understand why. He plays a game of great intelligence, understands positioning, and has a great ability to break on the football when it's in the air.
So fun to watch his closing speed, and another example of it on that play. Throwing on third, Goff. And that nearly intercepted. Boy, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. But instead, it's 4th down. And here now the punter, Fox, as he sends this one away. That's returnable now for Smith. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're physical group, we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. From the gun, he'll hand this off. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. The kick by Marr is good. And they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3. Well, the good news, at least they won't take that goose egg into the locker room. Maybe a little something to build on.
Yeah, it hasn't been the greatest of first halves for them, has it? But at least now, as you mentioned, they put some points on the board. And it's been funny in our experience watching games. Sometimes something as little as a field goal can change the fortunes of a team, and they could come out and look real sharp in the second half.
No run back here for Raymond. This will be a touchback. The Lions now taking over late in this first half. And just inside of a minute left, Charles. They got a pretty long field ahead of them. I'm curious to see how they play this, but you would think definitely enough time to at least try to get 3 out of this.
Yeah, you want to move with a nice sense of pace. You want to up the tempo a little bit, but you have to do it with some poise as well. You don't want to go so fast that you hurry yourself into mistakes. There's enough time to put points on the board if they do it right.
And even though they have the lead, you know that they would love to extend this lead before heading to the locker room.
Yeah, offenses always try to be smart about when they're trying to dial up a screen to the running back, because they understand you can only go to the well so many times in a game without the defense starting to anticipate the call.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
On third down, here's Gibbs. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on fourth. Here's Jack Fox now as he'll punt it away for the second time. Here's Smith to return it. So possession goes over here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Broncos going to go on offense now late in this first half. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. He's got Burton here. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. Inside the 10. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. And that pick six, Charles, that moves it up now to a 3-touchdown advantage. A great individual defensive effort there to continue what has been a very lopsided first half.
And I better buckle in my seatbelt, right? Because you know, as a former DB, when I see a pick six, I'm up and jumping up and down watching it. Yeah, I'm supposed to be neutral, but those kind of plays, they excite me every time. They are in absolute control in this one. Nice play there.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. Final play of the half, it's Wilson. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So we've reached halftime. All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. And it'll come out to the 25 as Raymond will elect not to bring it out. The Lions offense heading out as we give you a look at the playoff race coming into the weekend in the NFC. Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10. at their own 25-yard line. Gone. He's airing it out for Williams. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hoping they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. And that one too wide and incomplete.
And that is exactly what you needed defensively. It's a long road back from here, but that's a good start to the second half as they force a punting situation and a fourth down.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fielded at the 33. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They go play action now. Wilson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second.
Well, on that one, they go with a play fake, CD, but I don't think anybody really was fooled. All eyes were fixated on the quarterback, and they got him to the ground.
And to run this play
and he's going to go down again.
Romeo Okwara shooting in there and dropping it for the sack.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
It's 3rd and long now for Wilson and the Broncos after that sack.
Let's go double count right here, double count.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive. Well, it certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you've got a heck of a tight end candidate.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Back to throw, Goff. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. This is taken around the 12. And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Denver's offense ready to go again. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
So the incomplete pass there, but the roughing the passer call bails them out.
Which means you have to stay on the field on defense longer because you've given the offense free snaps, not to mention the free yardage after that mistake.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Man open, he's got it complete to Courtland Sutton. And after that play, we've got an injury, and it appears to be to Courtland Sutton. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now Wilson. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
But they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Here's Wilson.
On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Good job right there.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. A bold play call there on 3rd down, and they almost picked it up.
They almost got there, as you just noted. Brings up 4th and inches. And you know what I'm a big advocate of if you're going to go for it here, and I think that they should? Quarterback sneak. Pick up the 1st down, get a fresh set, and then go for the end zone.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th, and we've seen them do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Here's Goff. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
Everything's been going right here in this one. This offense, they've been in complete control from the outset. And here's another big play. These kind of routes have been open all game long, and they continue to take advantage.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
Well, after the success they had on the 2nd play of the drive, I think they were trying to recreate it with that pass, weren't they?
Yeah, they were trying to go a little tic-tac-toe, 3 plays and in the end zone.
I like that. Can I just put the X in the middle to block as the defense just did there?
Sure. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
From the gun on 3rd down, Goff.
And, that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down.
And that could have been the lifeline they needed. This is a play that could have been made. Instead, it's just going to fall incomplete.
On 4th down, Goff to the sidelines, and Detroit has Riley Patterson out there for the field goal. Patterson's kick is good.
And that will extend their lead even further.
Only 3 points there, but I got to think at this point in the 3rd quarter, that's all you're really looking for.
And right now the lead is 3 touchdowns and 3 two-point conversions. So you and I both know a huge order for the best of teams. And from what we've seen so far, hard to believe that that's a likely scenario. 3 two-point conversions? That's difficult.
Room to run at the 50. And he's going to wind up bringing this one inside the 45-yard line.
We all know the teams never want to use the word panic. But if they expect to win this game, it has to start right here, right now. That return just set them up for points, and it needs to be a touchdown, not a field goal.
Open man is the tight end, Troutman.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be second down.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately, because if you let that big guy get ahead of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on first down.
From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6.
95.
Wilson. And that is incomplete.
The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Going to throw right side here, complete. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that's going to make it 4th down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Fourth down. Here's Wilson. And, oh, my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Picked by Tracy Walker. And the Lions are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line.
Well, there's 2 sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully.
Taking it right down Broadway.
Now he's loose down the middle of the field.
Touchdown, Detroit.
Jameson Williams.
66 yards.
And the Lions will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. And Patterson back out there to send this one away.
Here's Smith to return it.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he returns this to the 22.
Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field.
It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well. And that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves. But we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
And now they're in the hurry-up.
In motion goes Patrick.
Let's go double count right here, double count.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but so far offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
To throw again is Wilson. And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time has run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now at Ford Field. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down.
That is caught. And he is going to have a Broncos first down. And they convert in style right there. A big play on 4th and long.
Now we give up the middle to Williams. Trying to run inside, but nothing there.
Taken down on the play by Aiden Hutchinson.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They go play action with Wilson. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Albert O, his first touchdown on the year.
And the Broncos are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the lead is down to 24. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away.
No run back here for Raymond. This will be a touchback. Detroit's offense ready to take over. Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the 4th quarter, Charles, but you got the football. You're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9. Goff now to throw.
He's got right on the short throw.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A big play there on the catch and run. 33 yards.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout, and actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the 3rd quarter doing the old hold up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the 4th quarter is ours, and they certainly weren't kidding.
And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
To Williams on the jet sweep.
And dropped at the 35, but able to display some strength on the run. The Lions on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
Touchdown, Detroit! Jared Goff with his 3rd touchdown pass of the afternoon.
And the Lions have sewn this one up as they add to their lead here in the 4th. Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. Out of the end zone comes Smith. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Denver's offense now set to go. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Cameron Sutton. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
The give, right side for Gibbs.
Breaks through the contact. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
46 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Another run for Gibbs here.
He will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. That one 28 yards on the ground.
Well, we're beyond the tone setting right now. This guy's been a bell cow all day, and they'll continue to rely on him to move the chains, drain the clock, and lead his team.
They'll run with Gibbs. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one, and certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game. Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up the secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game. Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
Now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where...
And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Extra point by Marr, up and good, as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away.
And it'll come out to the 25 as Raymond will elect not to bring it out.
And Detroit getting set to go now.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
They'll go again with Gibbs.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left.
Gibbs straight ahead.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
On 2nd down, here's Gibbs.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45.
95 yards on the ground for him so far.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Now 3rd down and 7.
Here's Goff.
Setting up the screen. This is Gibbs.
Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Here comes the Lions punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And we'll see what he can do on the return. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. A very good return that time. 18 yards.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. Now Wilson. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. He's airing it out for Williams. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So they take a decent shot, CD, and the flag comes out for pass interference.
Yeah, a little DPI, as they like to call it in the business, right? And the farther you get downfield, the more frenetic things get, and the more calm and control you have to remain as a defender.
And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the lead is down to 24. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. No run back here for Raymond. This will be a touchback. So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this